guys would take the usual embargo, please, for 10:30 on Friday this evening. Any questions in Spanish, we'll take it before.
Hello, Pep.
Hey.
Can you bring us up to date with the injury situation to start with, please?
Today, Beanie played. He came back. He trained with us. He's already not fit, but I think the next days he will be able to play again. And no, the others are okay.
Were you surprised at just how Edison managed to come back and play in midweek after the injuries he picked up last week?
No, I still have the stitches, but he made one training session before the game with Xavi, and he trained well. Of course, he played with a helmet, but he was okay. He said twice, "I want to play," so that's why I was there.
He's a tough guy.
Yeah, he's a strong guy. Yeah.
What are the chances now, do you think, of maybe making some changes to the squads, maybe rotating for this game at the weekend against Watford?
But all the teams who play in Europe, there are a lot of games every 3 days. So until the next international break, there are many games to play, and we will see. We will see tonight. I will discuss the lineup with my staff, but of course there are many games. And next Wednesday is a final for us in away again against West Brom, League and Champions League again, Stamford Bridge. So there are many games. I think everybody's going to be involved in more or less minutes. Everybody's going to be involved.
So is it easy enough for you then to be able to keep everybody happy in this squad, given the strength and the depth of the quality of the players you've got here?
Yes, but yes, of course. I would like to everybody be involved. It's so important. But every game, thinking of every game, what is the best team to play? So we will see.
Have you managed to sort out the situation with Yaya Toure yet?
Yeah, we need him. I need him, and the team need him. And it was so important last season. It will be so important that season. So important. He's a part of the group. He's a guy who admire him, what he has done in his career. He's like an exceptional player. So now he's not in the last game. He was not in the squad. So, but of course he's going to help us.
Is he in the squad for this weekend?
We will see.
And you talk about trying to find improvements in the team many times, but when you look at how well the team has started so far, what areas can the team still improve on, do you think?
Last season was the same. We start good and after we go down. So that's it just in the beginning of the season. We play just 4 games in the Premier League. Of course, we start so good in the Champions League, the same last season, when we play at home. In that case, we play away, but there's still a lot of games to do, and we make real good things in Feyenoord, in Rotterdam, but still we have a good gap to improve. That's why it's nice, our job.
Hi Pep, obviously fantastic performance in midweek coming on the back of the win against Liverpool. How easy is it to find the motivation for a game this weekend, a relatively low-key game against Watford?
Well, Watford is just 2 points behind us. It's making an amazing start. He's unbeaten. He didn't lose one game. I was really impressed about his last performance in Southampton, where it's so difficult. In the first half, he dominated completely the game. It's a so physical team with Doucouré, with a fast player, with Gray, with Richarlison, and many new players, a good manager. What Silva has done in the last season in Hull City was amazing. So with the team was in the bottom of the league, and it was amazing results. And because they lost at home against Sunderland in the last period of the season, if not, there was a chance to keep in the Premier League. So he's a fantastic trainer. So immediately you realize how good movements they have. So, and of course Watford is always complicated. They are so physical team in the throw-ins, in the set pieces. They have an amazing backwards when they lose the ball. So quality in front. So it will be so demanding game, especially for for the game itself, for the Watford itself, but especially just 3 days later, and the trip to come back to Manchester, now travel to London, so not too many hours to regeneration, but it's a good test. So the big teams always to have to handle that. If you want to become a good team in the next years, in the team in this year, in the next years, you have to handle that situation. So in one team, it have 1 week to prepare completely our game, and we don't have time to prepare the game. And in that situations, we have to try to win. When that situation happen, we'll be in a good path to become a good team.
Just on scoring goals, obviously scored 9 goals in the last 2 games, and against Feyenoord 2 came from corners. How much pleasure do you take from something like that? You know, obviously you've seen people like Piqué and Ramos score crucial goals for Barcelona and Real Madrid. So how much pleasure do you take from goals like that yourself?
Well, I scored two goals or 3 goals in the set pieces. The Champions League is unusual in our cases, but usual I think in many cases, but especially in our team. But it's a good. So many games open in that. So we play good, but I can recognize it was be easier when the first minute score a goal for the set pieces. So Kevin and David were so smart to make the 2 against 1, because there's just one guy in the corner. We make it 2 against 1, and after that the cross is easier, because the mark for the opponent is more complicated, and after John make the difference. So it's of course it's so important.
So that's something you've worked on, because it happened twice in the game as well. Do you work a lot on corners and dead ball situations?
No, we are focused. So there are leagues where maybe you cannot be so focused on that, but in Premier League it's so important. For example, tomorrow, the 2 goals from Watford against Southampton was after throw-ins. The first and third goal against Liverpool was in corner, because the taker Holebas is so good, and they are tall team. So we have to control that in that league, because always happen a lot of throw-ins, a lot of free kicks, a lot of corners, and if you don't control that, so it's always impossible to take a result. So of course it's so important.
Pep, you've played Gabriel Jesus and Sergio Aguero together recently. Strike partnerships seem so rare these days. We don't see many teams play 2 up front. Do you think they can get better and better together, and that can be the difference this season in terms of scoring more goals than everyone else?
Yeah, of course last season we had a problem to score goals, but it was the fact more was the people who play inside surround our striker. They are players like David Silva, not Kevin De Bruyne, like they are more playmakers, they are more talent players to assist than to score goals. And now maybe the last games, or the last, even with Rush, with Leroy, in the last game against Liverpool and Gabriel, they are more together, more inside. They don't play so wide than last season. And maybe they help our strikers to score more goals. But I said many times, they're going to play sometimes together, sometimes one, sometimes the other one. In Bournemouth don't play Sergio, and maybe when I win maybe a lot of control, or because they are not in top form, maybe we're going to play none of them. So we're going to see. But in the last games, of course, with the crosses, to have 2 strikers in the box is so important. 2.
And the last 3 teams that have won the Premier League, there's been some suggestion they've done it with counter-attacking football. As someone who obviously wants your side to dominate the ball, is it more difficult to win games the way you want to win than counter-attacking football, do you think?
Well, it depends. If you see my historial, no. Because I won a lot of titles playing that way. So, and I use the counter-attack, and we use the counter-attack. The counter you have to use is a strong weapon. But the difference is when you decide to defend to just the counter-attack, or you may high pressing to regain the ball and make the counter-attack. That is a little bit the difference between what we want to do. In respect to use the counter-attack when I wait back, stay the other team make the game, and wait a mistake or provoke a mistake and have to make a counter-attack. So that is where it is. I think the big teams the biggest teams use all the weapons they can use. The set pieces, they can use the counter-attack in the short spaces, the biggest spaces. And when the big teams, they play against one team when depends 11 players depth, has the quality to attack that situation. And of course that is the most difficult thing because there are not the space. But that is what I'm looking for, they're working, and in the end we were able to do that.
Hi Pep. There's a lot of talk, obviously, always at City about bringing the youth players through into the first team. You managed to keep Tosin in the summer. Sancho went to Dortmund. Now Real Madrid are interested in Brahim. How important is it to you and to City to keep Brahim even from clubs like Real Madrid?
Well, we want him, but today the market is a market, and the wishes for the clubs, maybe we cannot control it. I know because we spoke with him many times, the commitment for that guy to be, from Brahim in that case, to stay here, to play in Manchester City, because Manchester City gave him the opportunity to start to compete in a high level. He grew up, his family is happy here, but we never know. We're going to try, of course, to hear him, because he has to know, even in Madrid, even Dortmund, here in the top level teams, the top teams, it's not easy to play. But of course, at the end, decide his performance on the pitch.
So with the market as it is at the moment, do you think it's harder to keep hold of young players like Foden as well?
No, it depends. It depends. I would say it depends of the desire of the player. Because of course in the huge talent players, the club Manchester City, like I think the other clubs with the young talents, they make the effort to kick him in terms of salary, in terms of contract. So of course Manchester City, he made absolutely everything against Jadon Sancho will do with Phil, will do with Ibrahim, with the players we have. We did it with Tosin. So of course we want that players stay with us, but we never know.
Sorry, just the last one. So if Madrid made a good push for Brahim and Brahim was thinking about going, he obviously signed a new contract recently. Do you think City would offer him maybe new terms? And
I don't know. So I don't know, because I know many clubs here, the manager control these kind of things. So, but I'm not involved in that. So I give my opinion about that players could be interesting to stay. We would like to stay, but after that, Chiqui, Ferran, and the people who's on board, they take the decisions about the years, the contract, the deals, and speak with the managers.
Hola, Pep. A Alemanya s'ha publicat aquests dies que la teva sortida del Bayern es va produir per un desacord amb la política de fitxatges del club. No sé què em penses que em pots dir.
Puc respondre en anglès?
Sí, per mi no hi ha problema.
Okay. Yeah, in Munich, in Germany, say that I was leave from Munich for disagreement about with the board, and I don't know why the people say that, because it's totally false. So I was so happy working with that club. Always I will be grateful to Rummenigge and Uli Hoeneß gave me the opportunity to be trainer one of the best clubs in the world. The reason why I move on is because I had the pleasure to come in England to train here. So all the transfer market we did there. It was always a commitment with the board. So I don't know, the club Bayern Munich is so special and take a decision. So we make a big meetings, and after that they take a decision. I was completely agree on all the decisions. They say that maybe Sané were interested in Leroy, and Leroy was not interested in my period there. In Kevin De Bruyne too, and Kevin, we were not. Bayern Munich don't pay a huge sum of money to buy Kevin, was not able to do that. So all we have done there was always a big agreement with Bayern Munich bosses. So it was a pleasure to be there. I have an apartment there, so always will be. I have a lot of friends there, and when I wish, with the bottom of my heart is support Carlo. And they're fantastic players that they have, and I am pretty sure Bayern Munich, like always, will make a magnificent season for there. So I have a lot of friends there in Bayern Munich, and nothing would say it's true.
Okay, guys, we're on the embargo, please, for 10:30 this evening.